In this feature, we're going inside Saleen Automotive headquarters for an exclusive tour and sneak peek at the latest vehicles by the man himself.
Hi, I'm Steve Saleen, and I want to welcome you to the Saleen showroom here in Corona, California. Behind me, you will see is a little bit of my history of winning my first race, all the way through our other championship races that we've done, from Formula cars all the way into IndyCar. On this wall over here, where we have the science of speed, is we talk strictly about the success that we've had with the S7. The S7, as a lot of people know, is the most successful supercar to date. And that is that the car has won at every major racetrack in the world, bar none. Whether you're in Asia, we're in North America with Laguna Seca, Daytona, or Sebring, or over through Europe, or through the Middle East. And finally, a few years ago, we won our class at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. But more importantly is some of the new products that we're doing. It's not always about past, though the heritage is important. Today, our latest ground-up vehicle, the Saleen 1. We affectionately call it the S1 because it's just because it's a real Saleen. And this is a ground up with the latest in aerodynamics. It's a mid-engine car. It's actually driven, though, with our own drivetrain. It's a inline 4-cylinder turbo, 2.5 liter, that makes 450 horsepower. And I know what you're saying is, well, 450 doesn't seem like a lot when you're talking Saleen. However, the car only weighs 2,700 pounds. So its power to weight ratio is unbelievable and puts it into the supercar category. The other thing is, and that we're probably the most proud of from a value standpoint, the car is $100,000. A lot of people have looked at it and compare it very much to what Ferrari or McLaren or even Lamborghini offer today, and you have almost the same type of performance, but for less than half the cost, you can actually have a Saleen. And now, after we've seen the S1, we're going to go out to where the real magic happens, and that's out in actually our production area. And out here, we're currently building a lot of Saleen Mustangs. And the Mustangs come in 3 varieties. We have what we call a white label, yellow label, and black label, after our racing colors of yellow, white, and black. And we're in the process now of production of the 2018 Mustangs that we are shipping to a Ford dealer near you. We have changed quite a bit from the 17 models into the 18 models, which gives us more horsepower, better suspension, better aerodynamics, with a complete new front-end design that we're very excited on our white label. We've created less drag, more downforce with a bigger lip on the front of it, and we've added a new signature with our logo here with a red line that you can definitely tell it's a Saleen coming at you. The reason why we're looking at the 18s is the 18s really offer a tremendous value. Starting with our white label, it's 475 horsepower, and the retail cost on that is only $46,000. Well, if you think about that, there's nowhere else in the world you can go and get that level of horsepower and performance at that price point. And we're very excited about that. Well, what you see here is we have 8 different bays that we are doing primarily Mustang construction with, and this is where our technicians get together. We have designed in-house all of our new product. Everything that we do with the vehicles is always designed in-house, manufactured by us or by a tier 1 supplier, and then is applied to the vehicle in a way that makes it a true Saleen. It's important from our standpoint is we offer the white label, which again is a very potent package, but a very much affordable. And then we can move up, depending on horsepower, into the yellow label with 740 horsepower. Think about that for a second. 740 horsepower in a vehicle that you can purchase for $55,000 and with full warranty. And then on top of that is then our black label, which we have over here. And this is everything is dynamic on this, where it is a totally different vehicle. It has a different front end, hood, fenders, rear fascia, Saleen wing. It is with the latest in suspension, geometry, different braking, and a different interior on this, and it's only $75,000 for all of that value. That's why we're excited about the 2018s. So now let me show you something really special. We're only making a few of these. This here is our 30th anniversary Saleen Mustang in honor of our 30th anniversary of winning our first championship with the Mustangs. We're only making a few of these, but these we have spared no cost and build the fastest and the best that you could possibly get. First of all, it has all of the Black Label aerodynamics on it, but we've improved in a couple areas. We've added lightweight fenders with air extraction in the back to give us more downforce and higher speed. We've also added a competition wing to balance the front and the back. In addition to that, the interior, we've added full race bucket seats. And as you can see, we've actually removed the back seat and we put in a roll cage that will make you braver than Dick Tracy going around the track. We wrap it all in our anniversary colors, and we're very excited about this. Almost all of them have been sold now. There's a few left. We're only doing 30 total cars. So here we have a very unique vehicle, something that a lot of people haven't seen, and that is the Saleen Tesla. It is the latest in aerodynamics, where we have taken a lot of the frontal area and channeled that all the way underneath, on top, and through the sides of the car. On this, we've added extra cooling for the batteries, which is important by having the nostrils in here that you see as part of the airflow, and the way that we've redesigned the hood. It comes with big wheels. This is our biggest, where we're 22-inch wheels on the vehicle with ceramic brakes, the latest in our suspension as well. And if you follow me back here, you can see we have a Saleen style spoiler, and again, a very unique rear diffuser. The interior wise, we have not missed the beat as well. As you can see, it has its own unique seating. And again, very what we call the piano, which is the black and white, along with the standard electronics that Tesla only offers. From a performance standpoint, this is, if not the fastest, it's one of the fastest cars we have in our shop. On a stoplight across to the other crosswalk, there isn't really anything that's faster. But once you get to 60, then maybe the 700 or the 1,000 horsepower S7 probably has a good chance of catching it and passing it. But initially, the Tesla is very quick. And here we have the king of all cars, the Saleen S1. On my right, this is the normally aspirated. This is only 550 horsepower. We built from 2001 all the way through 2004. And then on my left here, we put the twin turbo on, and that we built in 2005 through 2007. This particular one has 1,000 horsepower, and these are cars that weigh about 2,800 pounds all total, with the best aerodynamic of any car that you would find in the world. And we've been very happy, obviously, with the success both on the street and on the racing success that we've had with these cars. Another thing that a lot of people may not know about me personally is that I have a lot of race experience with trucks, and that's always been kind of dear to my heart. So it's no wonder that we've done a new Saleen sport truck that we have just finished designing and we unveiled a few months ago at Barrett-Jackson. And this sports the latest in aerodynamic development, as well as the suspension, the way that we've done the tire wheel, the brake package, the complete interior on this. And oh, by the way, of course, it has a supercharger on it that produced 700 horsepower. So we haven't forgotten any of the things, the lessons learned in racing from a few years ago to today to offer the latest in the sport truck market. Well, here we are again back kind of where we started with the Saleen 1 that you can see we're using as a development car. We actually have a number of these all in different services from crash testing to emission testing to drivability as we get ready for the production of it later this year. So that gives you a peek behind the curtain here at Saleen. As you can see, we have a lot going on, from supercars into our production with the Mustang and even the trucks. And we are working on other new product, but then I'd have to kill you before we let that out. So again, thank you for joining us today.